have tuned into another exciting episode of Ingrid's World. So you say why? And I say it's because we have Mariessa Terrell as the co-host. Okay, all of my shows are exciting, but this show is extra fun because Mariessa is here and she brings lots of treats. She is an attorney and an expert in dealing with intellectual property. Mariessa will later be joined with Kristopher Hoyle, who will discuss their latest collaboration to help entrepreneurs. We will also see a clip from a new television series, Simone Butterfly TV. Yes, we have an exclusive premiering on Ingrid's World. So let's start off with welcoming my co-host, Mariessa Terrell. Mariessa, how are you?
I'm great. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I am so happy to have you and love you being the co-host. So now tell us about this fabulous career, because every time I'm always like chasing after you in my stilettos.
Of course. Well, I mean, things are, I've sort of turned a little bit of a corner, and I've got a wonderful new opportunity. I was recently appointed to serve as a supervising attorney at Howard University School of Law. They have an intellectual property clinic.
Wow.
And so I'm teaching a course and also working with the students. It is fascinating, and I really enjoy it.
Well, I was mentioning this to a young, actually, writer, and about the services that Howard offers. And he says, well, you mean to say I would be able to go to Howard? So I said, well, yeah, I believe so. You can make an appointment.
Oh, yes. We're open for business, and you can go straight to our website and fill out an application, and then we'll take on your case. You know, we're scheduling cases out. Students were assigned last week. So it's really interesting because we're actually looking forward to supporting entrepreneurs and those who are, you know, starting off a business, but, you know, who want to file trademark applications, don't quite know where to start. We're there to sort of provide some guidance. Right.
And, you know, everyone says, like, well, I know how to do this, but it's a whole different thing when you have an attorney taking a look at it.
I mean, the application itself, it looks deceptively simple, but in fact, many of the queries that are asked have a legal ramification.
Ooh.
And so it's better to have an attorney assist you. And so why not? If it's you know, to no cost to you, why not?
So at Howard University, do you need to be a resident of the District of Columbia?
No, we can serve nationwide.
Nationwide?
Because trademark rights are federal rights.
Wow, wonderful. Yep. You know, that's like, so I'm hoping everyone's taking a look at the website that we have there at law.howard.edu, and you'll see there, and you can actually, you know, find out about it.
That's right.
Now, and your picture's there, so it's pretty well identified. I love you. Now, tell us a little bit about the Commission of Arts and Events.
Yeah, so the Commission on Fashion, Arts, and Events was a project that I worked on many years ago. So I guess back in 2006, 2007, I drafted legislation to create a commission of fashion arts in the district. Basically, it was going to be a commission, boards and commissions that was going to be tasked with doing a couple different things. Trying to brand Washington, D.C. as a fashion destination of sorts. Trying to bring some fashion arts curriculum back into the schools, and to develop a retail corridor in the city, you know, so that we can recapture the millions of dollars that D.C. shoppers spend at Tyson's and outside of the city. So the legislation was written, it became a bill in 2009, and then Mayor Adrian Fenty at the time appointed, well, he actually signed the bill into law, and then Mayor Gray appointed me as one of 8 commissioners to serve in this capacity. I'm in my 2nd year out of a 4-year term.
Wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations!
Thank you, thank you.
So that's really very interesting because, you know, with the fashion, is there hopes of really bringing real fashion back here to Washington, D.C.?
Well, interestingly enough, I mean, D.C. has always been a fashion destination. I mean, we used to have some of the best department stores, the Garfinkel's and Woodruff and Lothrop downtown.
Exactly.
We have had a number of fashion celebrities that have grown up here. Tim Gunn, Andre Leon Talley was like a park ranger in D.C. People don't know that. I mean, we've had some. Yes.
No.
I know this because he told me specifically. I had an event in early, like 2005 or something, and he came down as a celebrity guest, and we talked, and he shared that with me.
I took a picture with him.
That's right. The Capitol Catwalk.
Oh,
it was a
wonderful.
benefit for the High Tea Society.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to tell everybody, it was amazing. I wish you were there.
It was
fantastic.
Great. It was great. But so DC has always been a fashion destination of sorts, and I believe that we're a fashion law capital. I mean, we've got all of the trappings for that.
Right.
The Copyright Office, Trademark Office, the House and the Senate, where all the laws emanate, you know. So
it just makes sense.
It makes sense. We're not exactly the same as New York. We're not exactly the same as LA or Miami, but we're in the game.
But we're in the game. We're going to be in the game, and I think that we bring this kind of like uniqueness to our own styles here.
Yes, I agree.
Every time I go to an event, people are looking absolutely fabulous, and the more and more people I speak to, they all have this little side thing that they're making, you know, designing their own pieces.
Cultural arts is quite strong in DC. We
noticed that.
have a really strong creative economy here. Most recently, the Washington Area Lawyers for the Arts had GW Law School do a white paper to talk about how large the creative economy is here. And it's quite significant. It's quite significant.
Wouldn't that be fantastic? I mean, just seeing that. Well, I know what you say because I've attended different events, and in fact, even on Ingrid's World, I've had a fashion show, and she created all these fabulous one-piece jumpers, and that was like amazing. She does coats, and then I met another one who's going to be on a show, and she does hats, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We do have a creative touch here, and it's always been that way.
And it's always been that way.
It's always been that way.
So, all right. So you're really helping people out. Before we bring our next guest on, tell us what are you aiming towards, your dream?
For
in terms of your career, you have.
Well, I think I'm starting to really love education, and I'm starting to think that maybe a way that I can really be of assistance is on an education track. I'm thinking maybe like as a professor, I could have more of a platform to talk about social justice issues and intellectual property. I feel like there's a need there. I would love to help sort of the David size fashion company battle the Goliath company, trying to come up with different strategies to do that. Because, it's really it's a money game. And so if you don't have deep pockets, sometimes you don't even know where to start. So I want to be able to see, maybe I can conduct some research, maybe I can get, some fellowship or something to do that. That's what sort of where I'm going.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, coming up next, Mariessa and I will be talking with Kristopher Hoyle, and together we'll be discussing their fashion collaboration. So stay right there. Welcome back to Ingrid's World. I'm Ingrid Paris-Hicklin.
Hello, Miss Ingrid.
And who are you?
My name is Mariessa Terrell, and this is my good friend,
Kristopher Johnson Hoyle.
And we are the co-hosts, and Kristopher Hoyle, we're so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to talk about this fashion collaboration that you all doing.
So exciting.
Okay, so how does this work?
So it's called We the People, a fashion collaborative. Because really what we're talking about is gathering up together fashion leaders and having us support one another, but also to target emerging talent in DC, to figure out what their needs are and to figure out how to pool our resources to address those needs. We want to grow fashion here, and we want to encourage fashion designers and artists to stay here.
Yeah, and I think that's what's important, because when you think about fashion, everyone thinks about, New York.
Yes.
Which is Washington.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's all right.
We're not hating.
But there are some great things about DC, and we really want to encourage folks to understand that not only do we have talent, but we have working talent.
We have working
talent.
So
you can live and work here.
So you live and work here. Who's involved in this collaboration?
Well, Kristopher is one.
Yes.
One of our superior fashion leaders here. He has a wonderful background in publishing. He's a senior editor at Raine. And Raine Magazine, which is a magazine for creative entrepreneurs. But Kristopher, tell us about who else we have working with us.
Also, we have Henry Edwards. He is our creative director. We have Stephanie Green, who is going to,
Stephanie. Everyone knows Stephanie.
She is going to be doing education, educating the creative entrepreneurs or the creative talent that we do bring on. Also, we have Jamal Harris, who's going to be doing event production for us. So, yeah.
Very, very nice. Oh, well, I know him from Fashion Week. Oh, my goodness. He's amazing. And in fact, he's creating his own line,
Oh,
too.
yeah. He's a wonderful designer in his own right.
Wonderful. So now, how does this entity a lot different from others? How does this work?
Well, that's a good question, but we feel like that we are uniquely situated because we pretty much are providing a safe space for the participants, so that it's not really a competitive environment. We're working with folks who love what they do, who are leaders here, and the fact that we want to not only target existing talent, but to groom them and encourage them. I don't think there's another entity in the city that's doing anything like that.
Right now, yeah. In terms of being able to expose these individuals to a large market and really being able to groom them. The one thing that we have to understand with creatives is that they do the creative side of things very well, but really, in terms of services, we're going to be able to, offer business services to them as well. Things like social media promotion, event production. We're going to offer them, venture funding so they can help grow their brand.
Nice.
So. Yeah, no one right now is doing anything like that. Not here in Washington, D.C.
No.
So.
I mean, I hear of incubators, and kind of like I don't want to be in that one because it's kind of, well, I hear of incubators regarding technology and computer programs and fashion. That's my love.
Right.
That's the real thing. What you all are doing is so unusual.
Right, because not only, like sometimes when you think of an incubator, you're thinking of just a training ground to develop, but we're actually are targeting talent that has reached a certain level, a level where they're actually, they're making clothes, they're doing a good job, they maybe have identified some manufacturers, but they haven't been able to reach that top tier level. And so we're trying to help them to take it up a notch and to figure out where they might be lacking, and to see how our resources can support them.
So it sounds like almost like a graduate school. So you've already gotten your degree.
Yes.
And you're ready, but you don't need to go to the freshman class.
Right. Now you want to make some money. You want to monetize. You want to monetize.
I know how to do my product. My product is successful, but I don't know how to take it to the next level.
Yes, yes.
So I love what you all are doing, and you have just the right people involved. Now, I have to find out, so how do you apply? So someone's watching this and like, oh, I really want to do this. I'm a local designer. How do I get involved?
Well, basically, at this point, we have pretty much have identified our first class. It's going to be very small, like 3 to 4 designers.
That's great.
But in the future, there will be an application process. But we're sort of using this initial group to see, sort of as a success story to show, what we can do. And then the next year, I could see application process.
I just really see that. I went to a program offered, actually applied. So I guess you're going to have to apply to it, right?
Yes. Right?
Yeah. And the COG program for regional leaders, and you had to apply and submit the resume and all your samples. And I guess it's going to be just as competitive there too.
Yeah,
but it makes sense.
I think so, but I think that's part of the process too.
It makes sense. It does.
To learn how to deal with that type of process.
It really makes you start thinking. This is exactly what's required. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Simone Butterfly.
Simone. Let's talk about Simone.
I saw that, and so I kept on telling my friends. I called up one of my girlfriends, and I'm like, she says, "What, the cupcake?"
With the cupcake, right? That's one. So Simone Butterfly has now leaped off of the page because before she started off, in print, doing a column. She had a column.
She had a column and a blog.
And then she had a blog. Then she went into the digital age, and she got a blog. And now she is stepping out and onto the small screen, onto TV.
I love it.
And so I'm very excited because this character is very close to my heart. She has a lot of me in her. She's not me, exactly, but she has a lot of me in her.
Exactly.
And I'm very excited, that she is now, sort of being able to be, she's now going to be exposed to a larger market, which is cool.
So how did you come up with the concept of the show?
Well, it was not difficult because these are the topics that we talk about are the topics that I love. I mean, this is fashion, these are innovators, and there's some intellectual property. So basically the concept is that we believe that fashion is innovation, and innovation should be not only protected, it should be preserved and promoted. So Simone goes out and she looks for, fashion innovators who are doing something different in fashion. So, we have, a wonderful young lady who has, a shirt line, and maybe she wants to she's got a patent on a design patent on it. So we want to talk about that. Or we want to talk about Matt, who's got a store called Not Standard. He's got a special software that helps you fit a suit. You can stand in front of your television, and the software will take your measurements. I mean, this is just cutting edge, interesting things. But we don't stop there.
It makes you just salivate.
Yeah, right? I mean, you're just like, what's next, right? What's next?
Oh, I've always wanted that. Like you just stand up.
Right, so you don't have to do anything, you just stand there.
Wow.
But, so in addition to doing interviews of fashion innovators, we also have a DIY in the dollhouse, which means that we are actually making fashion, doing some kind of crafty, creative art. So we'll, creating some metallic denim jeans or something, adding bling to something, or we're doing graffiti art on the wall. Like, how can you do this at home? Like, it's just quite fun. So we have the DIY dollhouse. We have a retail therapy segment where we actually go out and identify a retail store, have a model come and walk through it, and to showcase the independent retailers in the city. So it's fun.
All right, so everyone, I know you're excited about seeing this clip. So let's pause for a moment and watch this wonderful clip about Simone Butterfly TV.
Hooray! Yoo-hoo, darlings. My name is Simone Butterfly, your fabulous freelance fashion investigator, and we're here talking with Matt Mueller, who is the co-founder of Not Standard.
I'm from DC, and I wouldn't have been the typical customer because I'd never had a custom suit made and didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I thought that the label inside the suit is what made it good.
Right.
It doesn't make it fit, it doesn't make it look good on you, and it doesn't make it a good match for you. So we go to the 98% of guys in DC who wear suits, and there are a lot of them in this town,
Yes.
that have never had something that actually fits or actually had any decision making involved in making that suit for them.
Everyone could benefit from retail therapy, but because it's better to give than to receive, I prefer, when I shop, to spend my dollars locally. One of my favorite boutiques is the Catwalk Boutique, located on the H Street corridor. The Catwalk Boutique has quietly become a destination for fashionettes willing to mix a bit of fantasy with their work uniform. Miss Carolyn believes wholeheartedly in the democratizing power of personal style to elevate and empower regardless of income. Thank you so much for joining us. We're back at Policy Restaurant in the Diamond District, Washington, D.C. And Chef Dina has prepared another lovely meal for us. We've got a skirt steak with Mexican corn. But before I jump into this, I wanted to leave you with another fashion thought. One of my favorite Vogue editors is the iconic Diana Vreeland. And she once said that style is vital. It helps you get up in the morning, it helps you get down the stairs, and she wasn't talking about clothes. My name is Simone Butterfly, your fabulous freelance fashion investigator. We believe that fashion is innovation, and innovation should be protected. Thanks for joining us.
That was an amazing video. But put it together?
Well, I'm working with a good friend, Jay, and Jay Vega, and he has his own production company. He's also a DC creative. We have all this talent here. It's amazing.
Right
and so
here.
he's the producer. I'm the executive producer, and we get to do this together. So we've shot 6 episodes. We're going to shoot 12, so we're almost done, and then we will be having an official launch.
Okay.
And then identifying, we've already identified a couple companies who are interested in promoting it and actually putting it on network.
Wow.
It'll be national. We hope
it will be
that everything goes well, but that's the aim. I mean, so the goal really is just to identify, to encourage people to not only shop locally, eat locally, sip locally. We want to sort of keep the emphasis on fashion designers, fashion innovators in your neighborhood, right? There are lots of folks around us, and we should celebrate them.
And I think that's what it's all about, you know, and really with the fashion collaboration, then with Simone Butterfly. Yes. Will she continue doing blogging?
Oh yeah, we love the blog. You can find us at SimoneButterfly.com.
Okay.
She has a blog called You Who Darling that comes out bi-monthly. You can sign up for that list and get a little giggle through your day. You know, it's something fun and upbeat.
It's
always
fun
and upbeat. Always
it's
fun. It's
always fun. It really is. If you're depressed and you want
that's
something
right.
that's
go right to her.
uplifting and something that, but also informative too.
Yes, yes.
You know, you put in the real facts here, but with a twist.
With a twist, with a twinkle and a twirl. That's right.
Twinkle and a twirl. I tell you. And Kristopher, you are with Raine Magazine and as a senior editor. Does that keep you here in Washington or New York? Where does that?
Well, I live here in Washington, D.C., but I travel back and forth to New York City 2 to 3 times per month, or as necessary. So, yeah, I'm here, there, and everywhere. So.
Nice. Yes. I tell you, Washington and New York are different ways that we really dress here, and it's really nice. It really is, and I think that what you both are doing are just creating that great atmosphere for people to start thinking about it. So your dreams, what's your dream of what this collaborative is going to be doing?
Oh, wow. You know, I could see us actually even expanding beyond the district, actually just being able to identify just talent nationwide and maybe eventually even internationally, and then to just sort of help them along the way. And then I can see us having over time a bevy of wonderful designers that, you know, that are significant, but might have, who did it, you know, who might not have gone the traditional route, you know?
Wow.
Because everybody doesn't go do a straight line. Lots of people do a zigzag approach. That was my approach. Zigzag, okay? But you still get to the finish line, you know? And I think that that's what's important.
That's really is, my goodness. And in your dream of Washington, D.C., will it take you still here? Will you be staying in this area?
For right now, yeah, DC is home for me. It is the place that I love to be so much. Again, in terms of fashion, I think there is a real opportunity in this town. I think we are one of the very last fashion frontiers in the nation.
I love that.
Don't
taking it.
And I think, you know, 2015 and beyond, we are in such a great place right now to be able to do what we're trying to do in this city for creative professionals. There's a lot of money here in DC all the time. And so really, you know, I think in terms of the collaboration, you know, our responsibility is to find and support these people as best possible with some of the programs and initiatives that we are able to put forth. So yeah, I'm really excited. And again, to answer your question, I'll be here for a while.
Yay! We love that. Well, I had to thank you, Mariessa, for being on the show and co-hosting.
Always enjoyable.
This is a lot of fun, and because I feel as if we're bringing a lot of service. Hopefully, a person could keep playing it on, watch it on television, watch it on YouTube, watch it on the website,
right?
And say, okay, here's resources, because really that's what this show was about. Lots of different resources.
Lots of resources, that's right.
And I think that that's what it is. This is how you grow this economy. Lots of resources and supporting one another.
Yes.
Thanks again, both of you, for being on the show.
I've enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Well, this was a wonderful show, and again, we want to thank Mariessa for being the co-host of the show. And we thank Chris as well as Simone Butterfly TV for joining us. So the quote this time is from Oprah Winfrey, and this is what she says: "What I know is that if you do the work that you love, the work that you fulfill you, the rest will come." So thank you, Oprah, for saying that, and thank you for watching Ingrid's World. And don't forget to find us on Facebook for instant Ingrid's World news. And I thank you for watching, and be fashionable in everything you do. This episode of Ingrid's World is underwritten by FashionTrademarks.BIZ, a boutique intellectual property law firm located in Washington, D.C. Since 2002, Fashion Trademarkers have provided trademark, copyright, patent, and contract services to a variety of fashion and beauty companies throughout the U.S. and Europe. It's a saturated marketplace, and we protect fashion for less, trademarks, copyrights, patents, and contracts.